A very good afternoon to all the students. Well, students, in the last class we discussed about the chapter reproduction, where we introduced the chapter by discussing about different types of reproduction. We even discussed the fundamental of reproduction, how DNA controls the synthesis of proteins. We discussed about variations. We even discussed about advantages of variation. Well, student, in today's class we are going to talk about the asexual mode of reproduction. Alright. While talking about asexual mode of reproduction, we have discussed that it involves a single parent. Alright. The cell division in asexual mode basically takes place mitotically or amitotically. Here the total number of chromosomes are maintained. They are genetically identical to their parents. Alright. And there is no gamete formation takes place. Now this asexual reproduction is further divided into different types. So let us see each type one by one. Well, student, the first one is fission. When we talk about fission, fission means to break, alright, to split. Now, what happens in the fission, in this particular asexual reproduction, the process by which splitting of unicellular organism into two or more than two separate daughter cells takes place. This is basically the most common type of asexual reproduction which takes place in the unicellular organisms like protozoa. Now, this is further divided into binary fission and multiple fission. Binary, as the name says, binary means two. So here what happens? The cell splits into two daughter cells. Now how does this take place? Well, students, if you look at this diagram, alright, this is basically amoeba. This is one of the protozoa called amoeba. So what happens here in amoeba? It has an irregular structure. Look at this. On the center of it, there is nucleus. So first of all, in amoeba, the nucleus divides, alright, and division of nucleus is called karyokinesis. Once this nucleus divides, you can see here, alright, this is a division of nucleus, and then gradually the cytoplasm also divides, and that is called cytokinesis. Now this cytoplasm divides and eventually it results into the formation of two daughter cells. Alright, so protozoa, so this is one of the example of binary fission, that is your amoeba. Paramecium is another example, Euglena is another example. Alright, now some of the unicellular organisms show more organization of their bodies as seen in Leishmania. Leishmania is the causative agent of Kala-Azar, alright, or Leishmaniasis. So Leishmania has a definite orientation that even shows or splits up by binary fission. Alright, in some of the organisms, let us move ahead, there are some other organisms which reproduce by another method called multiple fission. Now multiple means many. Now here what happens, students, you can see this is the nucleus and this is the cytoplasm. Alright, now it has a protective wall around it, and this protective wall around it is called cyst. Alright, now the division of nucleus takes place inside the cell and it results in many nuclei. And eventually what happens under the favorable conditions, the outermost protective wall cyst, it ruptures or it breaks and these nuclei are released. Alright, and this is actually observed in Plasmodium. Alright, so this was about fission. Now let us move to the second one, fragmentation. As the name suggests, fragmentation. So here what happens, the example of fragmentation is Spirogyra. Alright, so if you look at the fragmentation, students, in this type of asexual reproduction, alright, the filamentous algae like Spirogyra, which upon maturation breaks up into two or more small fragments or pieces, and then gradually what happened, each fragment, okay, first it breaks up into, now if you look at this, suppose it breaks up and then finally each fragment result into a new Spirogyra. So this was about fragmentation. After fragmentation, the next method is, the third one is regeneration. Alright, the third method is regeneration. All the multicellular organisms are not simple, random collection of cells, but they may have a different level of organization. So basically they require a complex method of reproduction. So the regeneration is considered a type of asexual reproduction in fully differentiated organism in which the development of new organism from just a broken or cut part of parent organism takes place. Now, as you can see here in the diagram, this is planaria. Planaria, if planaria gets a cut, okay, suppose it gets cut. So now, after getting this cut, you can see each part of this planaria has the ability to regenerate and grow into another, a full-fledged planaria. So you can see here, similarly the dotted portion which I have drawn over here, this shows the regenerated part. Alright. Now after this, students, we can say that this regeneration is carried out by the specialized cells, and these cells proliferate and they make a large number of cells. Alright. Now the next one is budding. Budding, the best example of budding is hydra. Alright. Now what is budding? Budding basically, if you look at this hydra, a small outgrowth takes place here. Alright. And that outgrowth, the specialized mass of cells, alright, it is called bud. Okay. Now this bud developed as an outgrowth. Why does it happen? It happens because of the repeated cell division. And eventually it grows, and finally this bud detaches itself from the parent or from the hydra. And once it detaches itself from the hydra, now this bud grows into a new hydra. Alright, so this is about budding. Alright, moving ahead, students, we have the third category, or rather the fifth one, vegetative propagation. In this type of asexual plant reproduction, new plants are obtained from a part of the parent plant without the involvement of its reproductive organ. So under favorable conditions, what happens? The vegetative propagation is further classified into two types. One is natural and one is artificial. Alright, so the vegetative reproduction, tissue culture and spore formation we will cover in our next class. Alright, thank you.